You are standing at the edge of something magnificent right now. Right at this very moment, there is a power within you that knows exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, and exactly how to bring it into your life. This isn't wishful thinking. This isn't some fantasy that I'm painting for you. This is the absolute truth of your existence. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner everything changes. God knows your heart. The universe knows your heart. The infinite intelligence that created galaxies and stars and the very breath in your lungs right now knows what's in your heart. And here's what most people don't understand. That same intelligence is working on your behalf right now, orchestrating events, moving people and circumstances, preparing the miracle that's already on its way to you. You see, we spend so much time worrying. We spend so much energy trying to control everything, trying to make things happen through force and struggle and endless effort. We wake up anxious, we go to bed worried, and in between, we fill our minds with doubt and fear and all the reasons why things won't work out. But what if I told you that while you've been worrying, while you've been doubting, while you've been lying awake at night wondering how it's all going to come together, the universe has been busy putting all the pieces in place? There's a beautiful line in Scripture that says, "Before they call, I will answer." Think about that for a moment. Before you even ask, before you even form the words, the answer is already being prepared. The miracle is already in motion. God knows what you need before you need it, because God lives in a place that exists beyond time, beyond our limited human understanding of past and future. In that space, your miracle already exists. It's done. It's complete. It's just waiting for you to align yourself with it. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, well, if God knows my heart and my miracle is already on the way, why hasn't it shown up yet? Why am I still struggling? Why am I still in this situation? And that's the question we all ask, isn't it? We want to know why there's a delay. We want to know why we have to wait. We want our miracles delivered on our schedule, according to our timeline, wrapped up exactly the way we think they should be. But here's what you need to understand. The delay is not a denial. The waiting is not a punishment. Every single moment of your life, even the difficult ones, even the painful ones, even the ones that make you want to give up, they're all part of the preparation. They're all part of the process that's getting you ready to receive what's coming. Think about a seed that's planted in the ground. When you put that seed in the soil, you don't see anything happening right away. Days go by, weeks go by, and if you were to dig it up and look at it, you might think nothing is happening. You might think that seed is dead, that you wasted your time, that nothing is ever going to grow. But beneath the surface, invisible to your eyes, everything is happening. Roots are forming. Strength is building. The seed is transforming itself into something completely different. And then one day, when the time is exactly right, that sprout breaks through the soil and you witness the miracle. Your life works the same way. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Just because you can't feel it doesn't mean the miracle isn't being prepared. God is working beneath the surface of your life right now in ways you can't perceive, in ways you couldn't even plan if you tried. You know, we live in a world that tells us we have to make everything happen ourselves. We're told that if we're not hustling, if we're not grinding, if we're not forcing and pushing and struggling every single day, we're not going to succeed. And yes, inspired action is important. Yes, you have to show up and do the work. But there's a difference between inspired action and desperate struggle. There's a difference between moving forward with faith and trying to control everything out of fear. When you try to force things to happen on your timeline, when you grip so tightly to how you think everything should unfold, you actually block the miracle. You close yourself off to the infinite possibilities that exist beyond your limited vision. You say to the universe, no, it has to happen this way at this time with these specific people and circumstances, and you miss the 100 other ways your miracle could come to you. But when you surrender, when you let go of the need to control, when you trust that God knows your heart and knows what you need better than you do, everything shifts. You open yourself to receive in ways you never imagined. You allow the miracle to come to you through paths you never would have chosen, in forms you never would have expected, at times that turn out to be absolutely perfect, even though they weren't what you planned. Now, surrender doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean sitting on your couch and doing nothing and waiting for miracles to fall from the sky. Surrender means doing your part while trusting God to do the rest. It means taking the steps you're guided to take while releasing your attachment to the outcome. It means showing up every day with faith instead of fear, with trust instead of doubt, with certainty that everything is working out for your highest good, even when you can't see how. There's a beautiful teaching that says, let go and let God. But what does that really mean? It means you stop trying to be the director of the universe. You stop exhausting yourself trying to manipulate every situation, control every person, and force every door to open on your command. Instead, you become the observer. You become the one who watches with wonder as the universe orchestrates miracles on your behalf. You see, God knows your heart, but do you know your heart? Do you really know what's in there? Because so often what we think we want isn't really what our soul is asking for. We think we want a specific job, but what our soul really wants is purpose and fulfillment. We think we want a specific relationship, but what our soul really wants is love and connection. We think we want a certain amount of money, but what our soul really wants is security and freedom. And here's the miraculous part. When you align with what your soul truly desires, when you go past the surface wants and connect with the authentic needs of your heart, the universe delivers in ways that are so much better than anything you could have planned. You get the job that gives you not just money but meaning. You get the relationship that gives you not just companionship but transformation. You get the abundance that gives you not just things, but the freedom to live your purpose. Your heart knows, your soul knows, and God knows. There's a divine intelligence within you that understands exactly what you need to grow, to evolve, to become the person you were meant to be. And every experience you're having right now, even the challenging ones, they're all part of that unfolding. So many people are walking around feeling forgotten. They're feeling overlooked. They're feeling like their prayers aren't being heard, like their dreams don't matter, like they're too late or too early or too broken or too something. And I want to tell you right now with absolute certainty that none of that is true. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. Your prayers are heard the moment you think them. Your dreams matter more than you can possibly know. And you are exactly where you need to be right now. The miracle that's coming to you isn't coming because you're perfect. It's not coming because you've earned it through flawless behavior or because you've finally figured everything out. The miracle is coming because you exist, because you are a beloved child of the universe, because your heart matters, your life matters, your dreams matter, and there is a divine plan unfolding that includes you in the most beautiful way. Right now, at this very moment, there are people you haven't met yet who are going to change your life. There are opportunities being prepared that you know nothing about. There are solutions to your problems that are already formed and on their way to you. There are doors about to open that you didn't even know existed. All of this is happening right now in the invisible realm, in the space where miracles are born. And the only thing that can block your miracle from reaching you is your own disbelief. It's your own doubt. It's your own insistence on looking at your circumstances and deciding that nothing can change. Nothing will change. Nothing is going to get better. When you do that, when you close your heart and mind to possibility, you create a wall between you and your good. But I'm asking you today to tear down that wall. I'm asking you to open your heart again. I'm asking you to believe, even if you've been disappointed before, especially if you've been disappointed before, because every disappointment was just redirecting you towards something better. Every closed door was just steering you away from something that wasn't meant for you and towards something that is. You have to understand something about the nature of miracles. Miracles don't usually show up in the way we expect them to. We think a miracle has to be this huge dramatic event where everything changes in an instant, and sometimes it is. Sometimes the miracle is sudden and obvious and undeniable. But more often, miracles come quietly. They come through a series of small events that don't seem significant at the time. They come through a chance meeting, a random conversation, an unexpected opportunity, a sudden inspiration. The miracle might come through a person who says exactly what you needed to hear at exactly the right moment. It might come through a book that falls off a shelf and opens to the page you needed to read. It might come through a job posting you almost didn't apply for, a road you almost didn't take, a decision you almost didn't make. The universe is infinitely creative in how it delivers your good to you. And this is why you have to stay awake. You have to stay present. You have to pay attention to the signs, the synchronicities, the little nudges that are constantly guiding you toward your miracle. When you feel called to take a different route home, take it. When you feel inspired to reach out to someone you haven't talked to in years, do it. When a thought keeps coming back to you again and again, honor it. These aren't random impulses. This is divine guidance speaking to you, leading you exactly where you need to be. God knows your heart, which means God knows your fears too. God knows what you're worried about. God knows what keeps you up at night. God knows what you're afraid to hope for because you've been hurt before. And here's what you need to understand. Your fear doesn't disqualify you from miracles. Your doubt doesn't make you unworthy. Your past mistakes don't exclude you from future blessings. In fact, sometimes our greatest miracles come right on the heels of our greatest struggles. Sometimes we have to walk through the darkness to fully appreciate the light. Sometimes we have to experience lack to truly value abundance. Sometimes we have to feel lost so we can appreciate being found. There's a reason why some of the most beautiful, most transformed, most inspiring people you'll ever meet are the ones who've been through the hardest times. It's because they learned something in those difficult moments that you can't learn any other way. They learned that they're stronger than they thought. They learned that God is real and present and available. They learned that miracles aren't just for other people. They're for everyone. They're for you. So if you're in a difficult place right now, if you're going through something hard, if you're wondering how you're going to make it through, I want you to know that this is not the end of your story. This is not where you're going to stay. This is the chapter that's preparing you for the miracle. This is the night before the dawn. This is the last push before the breakthrough. And when your miracle comes, and it will come, you're going to look back on this time and understand why everything had to happen exactly the way it did. You're going to see how every delay was divine timing. You're going to see how every disappointment was divine protection. You're going to see how every struggle was building strength, character, faith, and wisdom that you're going to need for everything that's coming. The miracle that's on the way to you isn't just going to solve one problem. It's going to change everything. It's going to shift your entire life into a new direction. It's going to open doors you couldn't open yourself. It's going to connect you with people and opportunities and resources that are going to take you to levels you've only dreamed about. But here's what you have to do while you're waiting. You have to live as if the miracle has already happened. You have to walk with the confidence of someone who knows their breakthrough is guaranteed. You have to speak with the certainty of someone who knows God is working everything out. You have to make decisions from a place of faith instead of fear. This doesn't mean you ignore your current reality. It doesn't mean you pretend everything is fine when it's not. What it means is that you don't let your current circumstances define your future. You don't let what you see with your physical eyes override what you know in your spirit. You don't let temporary situations convince you that nothing is going to change. Everything changes. Everything is always changing. And change is coming for you right now in the form of a miracle that's going to blow your mind. But you have to be ready to receive it. You have to prepare yourself for it. You have to make room for it. How do you make room for a miracle? You make room by letting go of what's not serving you anymore. You make room by releasing relationships that are draining you. You make room by clearing out old beliefs that are keeping you stuck. You make room by forgiving yourself and others for past hurts. You make room by stopping the negative self-talk and the constant criticism and the endless rehearsal of everything that's wrong with your life. You make room by filling your mind with truth, by reminding yourself every single day that you are loved, you are worthy, you are capable, you are enough, by feeding your faith instead of your fear, by choosing gratitude instead of complaint, by looking for evidence of grace in your life instead of evidence of lack. And when you start doing this, when you start shifting your focus from what's wrong to what's right, from what you don't have to what you do have, from fear to faith, something amazing happens. The frequency of your energy changes. You start vibrating at the level of miracles. And the law of attraction, which is really just another way of saying that like attracts like, starts bringing matching experiences into your life. You see, the universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. It responds to the energy you're putting out. If you're constantly putting out energy of lack, fear, doubt, and unworthiness, that's what comes back to you. But when you start putting out energy of abundance, faith, trust, and worthiness, when you start being the miracle before you see the miracle, that's when everything shifts. God knows your heart, which means God knows what you're capable of. God knows your potential. God knows the greatness that's inside you, the gifts you have to share, the impact you're meant to make. And sometimes the reason your miracle is delayed is because you're not ready yet. You're not ready to steward what's coming. You're not ready to handle the blessing. You're not ready to manage the increase. And so the universe in its infinite wisdom uses this waiting period to prepare you, to grow you, to stretch you, to develop in you the character and the capacity and the consciousness that you're going to need for the next level. This isn't punishment. This is preparation. This is love. Because what good would it do to give you something you're not ready to receive, something you're not equipped to handle, something that would ultimately hurt you instead of help you? Think about a child who wants to drive a car. That desire is natural. That desire makes sense. But we don't give car keys to a child because we know they're not ready. They don't have the maturity, the skill, the judgment, the capacity to handle that responsibility safely. We make them wait, we make them learn, we make them grow. And when the time is right, when they've developed what they need to develop, then we hand them the keys. God is doing the same thing with you. Everything you're experiencing right now is developing something in you that you're going to need for what's next. Every challenge is building strength. Every obstacle is building problem-solving skills. Every setback is building resilience. Every disappointment is building faith. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. And here's the beautiful part. While you're being prepared, the miracle is being prepared too. It's being perfected. It's being customized specifically for you, for your life, for your unique situation and needs. It's not going to be a generic blessing. It's not going to be something one size fits all. It's going to be exactly, precisely, perfectly what you need. The miracle coming to you has your name on it. It was designed with you in mind. It takes into account your personality, your gifts, your history, your dreams, your purpose. It's not the miracle that was meant for your neighbor or your friend or the person you saw online. It's your miracle, and it's perfect for you. And when it arrives, you're going to know. You're going to feel it. There's going to be a sense of rightness, a sense of alignment, a sense that says, yes, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what my soul has been longing for. And all the waiting, all the wondering, all the moments of doubt and fear and confusion, they're all going to make sense. But until that moment comes, you have to hold on. You have to keep believing, you have to keep trusting, you have to keep putting one foot in front of the other even when you can't see the path. You have to keep showing up even when you're tired. You have to keep your heart open even when you're scared. Because the moment you give up is often the moment right before the breakthrough. The moment you stop believing is often the moment right before the miracle manifests. The moment you close your heart is often the moment right before the door opens. And I don't want you to miss your miracle because you gave up 5 minutes too soon. There are so many stories of people who were on the verge of something amazing and they quit. They gave up. They walked away. And later, sometimes much later, they found out that their breakthrough was literally around the corner. Their miracle was days away. Their answer was about to arrive. But they didn't see it because they stopped believing too soon. Don't let that be your story. Don't let fear or doubt or impatience rob you of what's rightfully yours. Don't let temporary circumstances convince you that nothing good is coming. Don't let the enemy of your soul, whether you call that ego or fear or negativity or whatever term resonates with you, don't let it steal your hope. Hope is powerful. Hope is not naive. Hope is not denial. Hope is the evidence of faith. Hope says, I don't know how this is going to work out, but I know it will. I don't know when this is going to happen, but I know it's coming. I don't know what form this miracle will take, but I know it's being prepared for me right now. And when you hold on to that hope, when you anchor yourself in that faith, when you refuse to let go of the truth that God knows your heart and your miracle is on the way, you become unstoppable. You become unmovable. You become unshakable because you're not depending on circumstances to determine your faith. You're not waiting for proof before you believe. You're believing, and therefore you're going to see the proof. There's a teaching that says seeing is believing. But spiritual truth works the opposite way. In spiritual reality, believing is seeing. You have to believe it before you see it. You have to trust it before you touch it. You have to know it before it shows up in your physical reality. This is what faith is. Faith is not about ignoring reality. Faith is about knowing there's a greater reality that exists beyond what your physical senses can perceive. Faith is about trusting that the invisible is more real than the visible. Faith is about understanding that there's an entire universe of possibility that exists outside your current experience. And your faith, your belief, your trust, it's like a magnet that pulls your miracle from the invisible realm into the visible realm. It's like a bridge that allows what exists in potential to become actual in your life. Your faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Your faith is making your miracle real right now. So what do you do with this information? How do you live while you're waiting for your miracle? You live fully. You live joyfully. You live purposefully. You don't put your life on hold waiting for some future moment when everything is perfect. You find reasons to be grateful right now. You find ways to serve right now. You find opportunities to love right now. Because here's a secret. The way you live while you're waiting determines how quickly your miracle arrives and how ready you are to receive it. If you're miserable while you're waiting, if you're bitter and resentful and angry, you're pushing your miracle away. But if you're joyful while you're waiting, if you're grateful and generous and loving, you're pulling your miracle closer. Joy is not something that happens to you when your circumstances change. Joy is something you choose regardless of your circumstances. And when you choose joy, when you decide to be grateful even when things are hard, when you commit to finding beauty even in difficulty, you send a powerful message to the universe. You say, I trust you, I believe in your plan, I know something good is coming and I'm celebrating it in advance. This is the attitude that opens the floodgates of heaven. This is the consciousness that allows miracles to flow. This is the faith that moves mountains. And you have access to this right now. You don't have to wait until your miracle shows up to feel good. You can feel good now, knowing it's on the way. Think about a child on Christmas Eve. They haven't opened their presents yet. They haven't seen what's under the tree. But they're excited. They're joyful. They can barely sleep because they know something good is coming. They trust that the people who love them have prepared gifts for them. And their excitement isn't diminished by the fact that they have to wait until morning. If anything, the anticipation makes it sweeter. That's the energy I'm talking about. That's the consciousness I'm inviting you to step into. Be like that child on Christmas Eve. Know that something wonderful is coming. Trust that the universe that loves you has prepared gifts for you. Let yourself feel excited even though you have to wait a little longer. Let yourself be joyful in the anticipation. And while you're in that energy of joyful anticipation, pay attention. Watch for the signs. Notice the synchronicities. Be aware of the little miracles that are already showing up in your life. Because miracles aren't just big, dramatic events. Miracles are happening all around you all the time. The fact that your heart is beating right now without any conscious effort from you, that's a miracle. The fact that your body knows how to heal itself when you cut your finger, that's a miracle. The fact that a seed knows how to become a tree, that's a miracle. The fact that you can love and be loved, that you can create and laugh and feel and dream, all of that is miraculous. When you start seeing the miracles that are already present, you open yourself to seeing bigger miracles. When you acknowledge the good that's already in your life, you create space for more good to enter. When you recognize that you're already blessed, you position yourself to receive greater blessings. And your miracle, the big one that's on the way, it's not going to come in isolation. It's going to come with other miracles attached to it. It's going to open doors you didn't know existed. It's going to introduce you to people who are going to change your life. It's going to set off a chain reaction of good that's going to affect not just you, but everyone connected to you. Because that's how the universe works. Blessings are contagious. Miracles multiply. When good comes to you, it doesn't stop with you. It flows through you to others. Your miracle is going to bless your family. It's going to inspire your friends. It's going to create opportunities for people you haven't even met yet. So you're not just waiting for a personal breakthrough. You're waiting for something that's going to have a ripple effect across your entire life and into the lives of others. You're waiting for something that's bigger than you, something that's part of a divine plan that you can't even fully comprehend. God knows your heart, which means God knows your purpose. God knows why you're here. God knows what you're meant to do, who you're meant to become, how you're meant to serve. And your miracle is connected to your purpose. It's not separate from it. Your miracle is actually the next step in fulfilling your purpose. Maybe you think your purpose is one thing, but your miracle is going to reveal that it's actually something else, something bigger, something you never would have imagined. Maybe you think you're meant to do something small, but your miracle is going to show you that you're meant for something great. Maybe you've been playing small, hiding your light, doubting your worth, but your miracle is going to call forth the greatness that's been inside you all along. Your miracle is going to require you to step up. It's going to require you to grow. It's going to require you to become the person who can handle the blessing, manage the increase, steward the gift. And that's a beautiful thing, because it means your miracle isn't just going to give you something, it's going to make you into someone. It's going to transform you from the person who was waiting for a miracle into the person who became a miracle for others. It's going to shift you from being someone who needs help into someone who can help others. It's going to change you from being someone who asks for blessings into someone who becomes a blessing. And this is the ultimate purpose of every miracle. It's not just to make your life easier or more comfortable or more convenient. It's to transform you so completely that you become a living miracle, walking around demonstrating what's possible when someone trusts God, believes in miracles, and refuses to give up. Right now, this very second, your miracle is in motion. It's real, it's happening, it's on its way. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every action you take is either moving you closer to it or further from it. You get to choose. You get to decide whether you're going to live in faith or fear, in trust or doubt, in hope or despair. Choose faith, choose trust, choose hope. Not because everything is easy, but because you know who is with you. Not because you can see the way, but because you trust the one who's guiding you. Not because you have all the answers, but because you know the one who does. God knows your heart. God sees you. God hears you. God loves you. And God has not forgotten you. Your miracle is not late. It's right on time. It's coming at exactly the perfect moment, in exactly the perfect way, bringing exactly what you need. So, lift up your head, straighten your shoulders, put a smile on your face. Your miracle is on the way, and nothing can stop it from reaching you. Nothing can prevent it from manifesting. Nothing can block it from breaking through into your life. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your season of miracles. Receive it, accept it, believe it. It's already yours.